So I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk, or I don't know. The thing about this is, I've been a huge fan of Elon Musk for a little while now. That I don't really know a lot about Elon Musk. I just know that he's building these amazing rockets that are getting people to space that are landable and so on and all this sort of thing. And it seems very, very exciting to me. And I have been doing a little bit more digging around and looking into the past of Elon Musk, since, as I've said, I haven't really been following his exploits very closely. And there was this one incident in what year was it? Was it 2018? Where he called a British diver in Thailand cave rescue a pedo in a baseless attack on Twitter. It was something to do with him. These Thai schoolboys were trapped in a cave, um, and Elon Musk offered to well, he sent a submarine to help them out of the cave, and that was turned down by the people. And he called the British diver who rescued the boys eventually um, a paedophile. Is that sorry, pedo guy? You really did ask for it. Like, well, and then he said, "Bet you a dollar sign it's true." And then he tried to double down on the tweets by saying it was a commonly used phrase in South Africa that doesn't have any connotations with pedophilia. Like, no, I'm not gonna buy that one. No, no. I mean, this. By the way, like, he's kind of a somewhat alt-right figure, isn't he, Elon Musk? And I don't entirely dislike all these alt-right figures. I mean, even the likes of Ben Shapiro, I do warm to him, even though I agree with maybe nothing that he says, basically. I agree with basically nothing Ben Shapiro says, and I don't consider him to speak for myself at all. But I mean, why is Elon Musk tweeting this sort of thing on Twitter? Is it to be contrarian? Is it to is it just for attention that he's doing it? But like, I'm gonna go around calling someone a pedo. That's kind of like the wrong sort of attention, really, to be asking for, is it not? You don't want to you don't want to be fall into the trap of it takes one to know one. Now, do you? Exactly. Um, but yeah, and then there's in addition to this stuff, so like he did something unwise on Twitter. He did something unwise also that the radical left gets criticized for all the time, which is making baseless accusations about people and slandering people. And then there's this big issue this year to do with these sexual harassment claims with his masseuse, or yeah, his or his flight attendant who was giving him massages apparently exposed his penis to her. Um, the thing about those sorts of accusations, though, is very similar to the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, where like Amber Heard was at one point claiming that Johnny Depp sexually assaulted her with a beer bottle while they're on holiday. Now, I've seen Amber Heard's testimony in court. I've seen a lot of it, and I have to say, like, I don't believe a freaking word she says. That's the thing. I don't believe her. She doesn't come across as sincere. She's she comes across as though she's acting badly. You know, she's not in a sort of Hollywood environment where she can have as many takes as she likes. She's in a courtroom where she can have a single take, and there's very serious consequences at stake, you know, and I don't believe her, frankly. And could it be that out of all of the masseuses and flight attendants that Elon Musk has had, he's had one of bad character who just wants to extort money from his estate and his fortune? It could be that, yeah, sure. But I mean, could he really have exposed his penis to her as well? Is he like that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough about his psychology. You know, if when it comes to sexual harassment, well, I think you need to substantiate claims like that with a few more incidences of it having happened, really, for it to be valid, and a few more valid instances of it having happened. But the truth about that sort of thing, if there is any truth about it at all, is that the only two people on this planet who know what went on there are Elon Musk and his flight attendant. And it might be the case that they're both being honest. It well, it couldn't be the case that they're both being honest, but we don't know. We don't know. That's the answer to that sort of thing. And when it comes down to any kind of sexual assault or sexual harassment claims, like these things are notoriously hard to prove. So does it mean that I think Elon Musk is a sex attacker just because the newspapers reported it or the tabloid press have reported on it? I'm afraid not. No, of course I don't believe it. And it's like a Kevin Spacey thing, even like, well, could it be that 14-year-old actor who has, or the actor who was at the time 14, has gone on to have a not all that impressive career compared to Kevin Spacey, and Kevin Spacey was drunk and sort of, I don't know, being mean to people at the same time and being weird or something, and he sort of could get away with making this claim and he might have some money at the end of it. Who knows? Who knows? There's any number of narratives you can seek to establish for whether or not something happened, I guess, or like there's any number of narratives you could establish to explain phenomena. Probably quite a few more than what I've just delved into. So it's very tricky. Do I like Elon Musk? Because I do like Elon Musk still, in spite of this pedo guy attack on this seemingly very brave cave diver. I don't like him for that, though. That's the thing about it. I think that was a shameful thing to have done, and really a stupid thing to have done. A very stupid thing to have done. And he's clearly butthurt about them not using his submarine. And there's other accusations about him and his wife, and their pregnancy and him not taking her to the hospital and things like this. I don't know. Again, the only people who really know about those sorts of things are her and him. And trying to get the truth out of either of them, maybe it's not such a fruitful endeavor. And then you got the wife's mother, the mother-in-law on the case. Like, that's just one that's old as time. Elon Musk hates his mother-in-law. Like, that is not uncommon in relationships, in marriages at all. I'm tempted to say, who cares? Who cares? People seem to care. Loads of people seem to care about what Elon Musk has done wrong. But, like, what are you exactly expecting from Elon Musk also? Are you expecting him to be a saint? Does he need to be one? He's doing very, very cool, very, very impressive things with his rockets. And Tesla's alright. I mean, I would never own a Tesla, I don't think. I'm still waiting around for hydrogen cars to kick off. And hydrogen aircraft and things like that. And that's actually like what I'd like to build as a rocket scientist myself, hydrogen-powered rockets and hydrogen-powered aircraft and things like that. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to be really coming off due to, again, like safety issues, right? With hydrogen, and like, you're burning liquid oxygen. That's incredibly flammable. Burning LOX with methane or LOX with kerosene. That's inordinately flammable. Hydrogen, yeah, is very flammable, and we saw that with the Hindenburg disaster, sure. But I'm tempted to say, like, there was the Hindenburg disaster. Why don't we still have airships because of the Hindenburg disaster? It's not because of that. It's because of anti-German racism at the time. That's the real reason for it. And, the aircraft took off. It's not like there haven't been plane crashes where everyone's died. Like, jet fuel burns as well. Petrol burns as well. The lithium in electric car batteries burns like fuck also. A lot of people don't realise that. It's very hard to put out. And, it's extremely flammable if you crash an electric car. So, yeah, I mean, Elon Musk, I think for what he's doing, for how hard he works as well, and, all this sort of stuff to do with masseuses on aircraft, he could have had an erection sort of absent-mindedly and it slipped out of his towel around him or something, and he went, ah! and he was just tired. He was having a difficult day or something. Likewise with his wife, he could have been tired and having a difficult day. Likewise with the pedo guy thing, he could have said like, I'm going to send a submarine to try and rescue these school children. That, oh, but you prefer to rescue them yourself because you're a paedophile. Like, I don't know, maybe he's just like having some weird sort of autistic rage there. And he does work very hard, and he has accomplished great things also. So that's my opinion personally on Elon Musk, I think, about